Welcome, everyone, to the Everything Show. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Scott. What's up, Scott?
Hello, all.
What's up, Jimmy?
Hello.
What's up, Vaughn?
What's up?
What's up, Connor?
Hello.
What's up, Phillip?
Yo.
All right, so what were we talking about, Vaughn? You guys were talking about...
We've talked about the different shows, and I don't know if Phillip and Connor do y'all British series. Do y'all still have the same format where the shows like have a couple of run episodes and keep appearing and then stop and then years later come back on for some reason? Because I think that's what American TV shows are trying to copy off of, is the style that British television has. We bring these reboots or bring back like the X-Files and stuff like that, which is not translating as well over here as it would over there. And I'm kind of getting burnt out because some of these shows I've seen in the original run, but I don't necessarily think bringing them back would have a fresh perspective.
No.
Besides Will and Grace. Will and Grace is just on point all the time. But bringing shows like Murphy Brown back, Frasier, I mean, it had a decent
They've
run.
had their time.
Yeah.
The comedy that would not easily translate or evolve today as it did back then. Basically due to the culture and that.
Mm-hmm.
I remember like seeing like I think a couple of shows didn't really translate. Like they brought back Open All Hours for Britain, and I was a big fan of The Fall and Rise of Reginald Perry, and they ended up rebooting that series with Martin Clunes, who is a great actor. I loved him as Dark Martin. That I watched Dark Martin too. So I mean, with that, it was different because they had to adapt a show with, I think, Leonard Washington, who was the original lead for that show.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
Yeah. They had to adapt it so it could fit his situation, could fit in modern times. Which, to be honest, his situation was quite different then. It worked it better back then than it was now.
Yeah.
So I mean, is I'm wrong in
But
thinking
basically, your shows in the UK, like, you take a couple of years off, right, and you come back, right?
Not even a couple of years.
Right.
You're saying less than that, if anything, because they had their breaks so they could film some more seasons, and then come back when they're good and ready to come back with next season, sort of thing.
I mean, I'm going to use a show that I love dearly, Fleabag.
That's a good show.
The first series of that came out in 2016. The next one's going to come out in 2019.
Yes.
It's a 3-year gap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But see, our shows, the point Vaughn's trying to make is, Will and Grace was off the air, what, 10 years? How many
10 years?
10 years.
10 years,
10
yeah.
And they pick up where they left off, and that was like one of the only ones that people right back in, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Roseanne they did get into it until she tweeted some racist stuff. But I started seeing what they're doing now, and according to them, the new thing is that Roseanne wasn't canceled, that it's could have been retitled The Connors, and she dies in the opening episode, Roseanne.
Mm-hmm.
So that's coming back this fall, and they're promoting the Connors. So it's going to be the same show, but without Roseanne now. Just like Valerie and Valerie's family, the Hogan family.
Yeah, Valerie Hogan family, yeah.
Right. So that's what they're doing with that. And then they're going to be bringing back, there is talk of bringing back a lot of shows, 24 again.
They tried that the last time, and it didn't. And
Prison Break they brought back, right?
Yeah, they brought back Prison Break.
Recently?
Yeah, recently. I saw them.
And X-Files didn't do well.
I mean, because here's my thing. I had a good example of a show that came back, took a 2-year break and came back. Mama's Family. Now, Mama's Family is a special type of show because it's not really in the original run of a network series.
Yeah.
Mama's Family
first,
Mama's Family had a first series that did well. but the executives at, I think it was on NBC, decided not to pick it up for the next season. So they put it off for 2 years, which the original show had Betty White and Rue McClanahan playing the daughters. And they went on to, in the 2-year period, they went on to Golden Girls. Mm-hmm. But they came back, and what they did was put it in syndication, and it starts with, and replaced the 2 kids that was originally there with a new character that was the nephew. And they did a run of 10 years off of that, which works because you don't have, it wasn't on loan, but yet it came back, picked up where it left off, and did it.
Because they didn't wait like 15 years, 20 years, X number of years. They waited like actually 2 to 3 years and brought it back to when it was still fresh in everybody's mind. Where today you bring a show back, it's like 15, 20 years, people are going, this was what?
Yeah, because it does. You have to bring it back to where, you know, where we are politically, what state of mind the country's in, you know, what world basically you're living in. Like a show like Murphy Brown is basically a political show, so they could easily adapt it to. But here's the thing. I'm a big fan of the X-Files. I watched it during its original run. Mm-hmm. Even when I was in the military, I watched the X-Files. But they did 2 movies. The second movie was terrible, to be honest. It was really bad. But here's my thing. The characters of Mulder and Scully had a chemistry. And the fact that they got together and then by the time you get to the new series, they separated again, doesn't make sense in the continuity of the show.
Right.
Because the whole basis, and then it loses its edge because the whole basis of the show to begin with was Mulder finding out what happened to his sister.
Yep.
Right.
And when you solve that, where you go from there? You just make up, like, that whole first return season of the X-Files is all over the place. You put in, first of all, I'm sorry for ranting, y'all. I'm gonna shut up in a few minutes.
No.
You put in a plot point where Scully is immortal, and you don't explain how you got to that plot point because the people who watched the original series know how she became immortal. But it was such a throwaway type episode where she switched places with a man who couldn't die, basically.
Okay.
So basically, you had to watch that episode to know where his last wish was her to take her. His last wish was her, because she was dying, to take his spot, and they somehow switched it. So she is immortal in the context of that episode. She becomes immortal. But you tell me about 5 or 10 years, 11 years later, that she's immortal and have a whole show where she's being beat up and somehow miraculously kick somebody's ass out of nowhere without telling me how she became immortal.
Right.
Just a throwaway line. It's just types of stuff like that that kills a show. And I'm just drained with all the new shows. It's not even original shows anymore. It's just...
They're bringing everything back. They're bringing back The Office. They're bringing back The Munsters.
Oh, see?
They're bringing back Jersey Shore. They already brought back. They're bringing back Miami Vice.
Jersey Shore.
Miami Vice is getting a reboot. Queer Eye of the Straight Guy, whatever. Rocko's Modern Life, Roswell, Tremors, and that's just for this year. There's stuff planned for 2019 as well.
And no offense to CW, but God knows I'm not bashing the superhero community, the shows, but I remember a time when CW had more variety.
They did.
Every time I'm looking up, there is a show about superhero.
And we're all getting burned out on them.
Exactly.
Because to me, to this day, I think, granted, you have, like, how many superhero shows do they have now? Yeah,
they have a lot.
What they need to do is have maybe like 2 to 3 of them, and when one season, and then when those are on hiatus, then you have the next set. This having them on, granted, it screws up their little crossover events, but I would rather have them have 2 to 3 superhero shows, and then when those are on hiatus, the other 2 or 3 air during that.
Well, did you hear that they're in talks now? They're in talks now to revive Agent Carter.
Oh.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, ABC. They're in deep talks right now to bring it back. Which, how long has it been off the air? A couple of years?
Yeah.
Not that long though.
Not that long, yeah.
So their whole thing is it's a mini series. It can come back. I mean, so that they're talking about. Alf is being rebooted.
Yeah, I heard that.
Jesus Christ.
$25,000 Pyramid, Amazing Stories. Last Man Standing just brought back. $25,000 Pyramid. What else is coming back? They've been in talk. There's rumblings about Quantum Leap, which is early talks. Early talks. It's just early talks.
There's even though this is not a reboot per se, even though it's not a reboot, they were talking about how Alex from Supergirl is going to get a new love interest. I'm thinking, oh God! I even posted this on the YouTube channel. So it's basically going to be having her go through another little relationship. Then I'm strong, and then right the minute it goes south, is I'm weak, I can't.
Well, the latest things we heard that they're rebooting is they're going to do a Bewitched, but a black interracial Bewitched by the Blackish people. They said.
Okay.
There's also Designing Women they want to bring back.
God, no, don't. You know what? Don't even mention
The Hills.
Oh God.
Let's pray they don't mention the Golden Girls. Let's just pray that they don't utter the Golden Girls.
Facts of Life.
Oh, the facts. I mean, Facts of Life.
Yeah.
What else? They're not stopping.
Are they just throwing things on the
Veronica Mars?
Things up in the air, and if it lands, they make a reboot of.
Now, this stuff may be revivals or maybe reboots or sequels or.
The Quantum Leap thing, do you think it's going to be a continuation? Because they didn't end it well with.
Yeah,
they did.
Yeah.
It's early talks. I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be Scott Bakula. I don't know.
I mean, I would love Scott Bakula to come back, but
they would have to.
But he's doing his other. But he's still doing his other.
Party of Five. They're bringing back.
Oh Jesus, no.
Sister.
Are they bringing back Meryl's Place as well? Since they bringing back Party of Five.
Mad About You. I don't know. Mad About You is coming back.
Bunkers are All in the Family.
No, they said they will never do All in the Family. Mad About You is coming back with them. The actual characters.
Yeah.
King of the Hill is coming back.
On what channel?
Twilight Zone is coming back. Hannibal, they want to come back. Monsters. Troll, I don't know what that is.
I mean, Phillip McCon, do y'all have this issue in UK where they bring shows back like that don't
not as heavily as Joe is reading out some of your programs. We do get occasional bring back this and that. They don't really last that long because they tend to lose their appeal.
I mean, we have two channels for
dear God, no.
Amazing original content. You have the BBC One particularly, and also Channel 4. Yeah. Channel 4 consistently puts out amazing dramas.
Really?
Yeah, they do.
I never heard of that.
Earlier on, months ago, we heard about the She-Ra. Just give me a second. We heard about the reboot of She-Ra. Now, this is being done by a woman that is a lesbian, I believe, and she wanted to show that women don't have to be beautiful, and she wanted She-Ra to look like a man a little bit. The problem with that is that she got heat not only from the men, but the women. Mm-hmm. Because it's not about like She-Ra looking beautiful, but it's about they just pissed off both.
Yeah, the whole thing with Shira was that she was a powerful woman. She was independent. She didn't take mess from anybody.
And she don't even look like a woman now. She looks like a guy with long hair.
Yeah, exactly.
It looks like a Sailor Moon takeoff.
Yeah,
it looks like a guy that wants to wear a dress right now.
Yeah,
that's good. So that pissed off a lot of people. A lot.
She has underwear. She has boy shorts on. What the hell?
Well, again, this is the
Is it a crime now to be feminine?
I don't know.
I just wonder that about people. I mean,
they just want people to be able to relate to a character.
But why do her sexuality matter? It should be about the essence of her character. She's
correct.
Justice. It should not be about her. It's a cartoon, for God's sake.
Well, they want to put that's the problem. They're pushing their values onto the kids that don't understand. Nor the parents want them to understand that.
Well, look at the library readings now. They've got a lot of transgender people doing those too to young kids.
Yeah.
I mean, I have no problems with that, but I'm just saying that if you gearing a classic 80s show, I was raised on Shira. And she was, I mean, who cares if she was beautiful or not? She was getting things done. She was about justice. She was about doing right in the world. She was just trying to make the world a better place. And that's the essence of her show, was to show people that there's kindness in the world, compassion, people actually out there doing things. But that
L word's coming back too. L word's coming back.
but that being said, I don't think that people. This is the thing I have problem with agenda-seeking people. Why would you even think that would be acceptable? I mean, it's a kid show.
Yeah, there's a time for that. I agree. When they're a lot older, they can do that.
There is a time for that.
Just let them be kids and all. But it seems to me like they get to a standpoint to where you're more or less making fun of that segment of society than actually trying to aid the acceptance of it.
But honestly, if just let them be kids. If they swing for the away team, then let them. But in essence, let them be kids.
Yes.
Let the shows be about people kicking ass, and leave your agenda setting, your pettiness out of my cartoon and my childhood cartoons at that.
Right. Now the Jetsons are coming back. But that's going to be interesting what they do. And Magic School Bus, a whole bunch of stuff is just, they don't have original ideas anymore.
No, they don't.
No, they don't.
Recycling stuff. And I think that's a lot. I mean, they're talking about having a Knight Rider come back with David Hasselhoff because they tried rebooting it numerous times and it didn't work.
I tried watching the update.
So now they want to get the original because they feel like that's the only way it's going to work. So
I even tried watching the syndicated version, that Knight Rider team or whatever it's called.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Oh God, it sucked balls.
They did this thing. It was at the time Channel 11 had this action pack hour. They did a Knight Rider 3000.
Yes. Oh, the Universal Action Pack. They had like a lot of these were college shows.
Yeah, there was a Knight Rider 3000 where the girl died in the Matrix world and she became the voice of this car. Then there was something with multiple cars for Knight Rider, which was in the far future or something. There was so many Knight Rider reboots that they even had a son of Michael Knight, and that it just got so ridiculous. But it never took off because it was never like the original. Yeah. So now
I'm sorry for cutting you off.
James Gunn was supposed to do the Knight Rider, I heard.
Really?
With David Hasselhoff. He was supposed to do a movie. Yeah.
I think the best thing, since you mentioned like the Universal Action Pack, besides them picking up Xena and Hercules, which, that's well and good, but they should have picked up somebody else. They should have picked up Tech War. Tech War was really good.
Yeah, I have to say, I wasn't that big of a fan of it, but it was good.
I won the contest at the time. There was a Cleopatra 25-25, and it was Jack of all trades with Bruce Campbell.
Yes.
And it was a trivia thing. And I answered it on the radio, and I won $1,000.
Nice.
Back then, which was a long time ago. I was really happy about that. It helped out.
And that's another show they should have picked up was Jack of all trades.
Well, yeah, considering that, what you call it, the one that he's just finished and done.
Mm-hmm. Ash versus Evil Dead.
Yeah, considering that's done and dusted, he could go back and do Jack of all trades if he wants to.
Really could. Oh, I heard they was trying to reboot Xeno too.
Yeah. No, they canceled that though.
They canceled
because they don't want it. They felt it was disrespectful to
Lucy Lawless and Renee O'Connor. Yep. I would have.
They were in Bitch Slap, which was a very odd movie. Let's just say that much.
Who the Renee and
Lucy? all three of them. I can't remember if the guy from I can't remember if the guy who was Hercules' yeah he was in that too.
Aeolus.
Yeah, Aeolus. The guy who played Aeolus was also in it too. It's called Bitch Slap, and God, it was
Michael Horse. Yeah,
it was. That's all I can remember of it. It was an odd movie.
I know they just got finished doing a convention in Canada, Fan Expo convention, and I'm just waiting for them to be announced for Fan Expo Dallas because that's gonna be great.
I'm looking right now.
Charging my old iPad. That's where a lot of my movies are. Is Bitch Slap.
Connor,
yeah.
Connor, you mentioned the Quiet Place sequel, right?
Yeah, the Quiet Place sequel is coming out in 2020.
Yeah, that is a good move. That was a good movie. Happy about that. Oh, yeah, I forgot to cover this last night. It looks like they're having meetings in Warner Brothers DC rooms there. It looks like they're going to kick Ben Affleck out.
I wonder if they did. Yeah, I was wondering if they were going to.
Right now, they're trying to figure out how to do it without sounding like a bunch of a-holes because he's in rehab and they're going to fire him.
And we don't want to.
Yeah, that's going to cause a nightmare like Disney has with the James Gunn thing.
Yeah.
So right now, they don't know what to do, but they want him out because it's holding up their whole. Not that it's holding up their universe, but you need to know who your Batman is when you're doing this shit. And being that they're making 5 movies that's connected to Batman, where Batman has to appear, even if it's a cameo, they need to know who Batman's going to be.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they're trying not to have.
Right now, they don't know how to go about this. They're damage control right now because, again, at the end of the day, he's in rehab and that's Batman, and they don't want that as their face, So. It's not a positive role model like Wonder Woman is right now. I mean, I say, just do Man of Steel 2. Forget about these Bat movies right now. Just hold that off. Do a Harley Quinn that has nothing to do with Batman, whatever.
Yeah.
But they don't want to do that. They want.
If you want to set it up to where you see him in the shadows, you might be able to do that.
See, they're making it impossible where Batman they have to have Batman appear in some capacity. So you do a Joker movie, you have to have a Batman for that.
Yeah.
You do a Nightwing, you have to have a Batman for that. You do, Birds of Prey, you have to. Batman has to factor in.
That's a sad thing, yeah.
It's a universe of Batman movies that Batman's not part of. Of course, he has to be in there. So, and they want to start filming the Batman soon. So, this really screws up there. This is a nice monkey wrench.
So who's playing Batman in The Batman?
The plan was Affleck.
No.
Oh, was it?
Well, they've been confusing and cryptic about that because it looked like Ben Affleck was going to appear in all these other movies. And then, he was originally supposed to be in The Batman. But then when they asked if he's Batman, he kept changing his tune. So I think they took him out of it. But they had to retitle the universe as the Worlds of DC because they can't just do a movie with the one universe because the one universe was failing. Mm-hmm. Even though you got the best part of Wonder Woman in it. So that's why they were doing these multiple universe things with Joker and everything and other stuff because right now they don't know what to do. They really don't know what to do, honestly. And that's why there's talk about James Gunn coming in and fucking fixing everything because he's just so good that they see his potential. Right. Marvel's scared about that right now. Marvel's definitely scared about that, and Disney too.
That's tough shit for Marvel because
we knew this was going to happen. Though we said the moment he becomes a free agent, he made Marvel and Disney billions of dollars with just that,
really
just the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
And he did good with Scooby-Doo also. So they're like, oh, you know what? He's going to bring Knight Rider back too. You know what? Let's have him work on our DC movies.
Yes, and that's what
and Disney's like, no. And like, what do you mean no? What do you mean no, though? You can't just do that. You can't hold on to somebody like that. But they think they can. And they've been having weeks and weeks of meetings where, they have to give him money.
No, Disney said concrete. No, we don't want to have anything with.
And they're embarrassing him every time they do
with them. And now they're trying, because they're getting all the backlash from their Guardians and everybody else. It's like, oh, we fucked up. We need to try to make our image look better. Sorry, you already.
But you're embarrassing the man.
Give him to Warner Brothers. Give him to DC. And you got to find. If you got to go out and find your other James Gunn, have shit on you.
And they're having meetings now with the Guardians because the Guardians like, what the fuck? You canceled our movie? What are you talking about? And they're angry too. They're angry too because you can't hold on to them. They got to make all their other movies. Chris Pratt's got to film Jurassic Park 3, Jurassic World 3. He can't be jerk. You got to. Are you going to film with him or not? They
gotta release them because they can get sued for that.
Exactly. So right now they don't know what the F to do, and they're pissing off people more than ever.
Yeah.
Really. So there was something that happened with Star Wars thing too. That was pissing people off too. I forgot what it was that they're gonna do. Damn it! I should have wrote down something with Star Wars. What was it? I don't know. All right, I'll figure it out. We'll talk about it tomorrow probably. Well, let me just see. The Chucky thing is a fucking joke. What they're doing with the robot hacked thing.
Bro, that's not gonna make it. That's something that's not gonna.
Oh yeah, and Marvel is scared that, and Disney's scared that Chris Hemsworth is gonna that Men in Black movie is gonna become like 3 fucking movies, like another franchise for him.
Wow.
You know what? You either sign him for Thor 4, or if you want him to do X-Men versus, then sign him. But what are you waiting for, though? Like, this is ridiculous. They're becoming like a mafia type of thing in a way.
They are.
I mean, who the hell do you think you are? I know you have a monopoly, but you got to let these people do movies. I mean, so what if they're not doing your movie?
The old age of filmmaking, where once you sign with with one of them, you can't do anybody else. Production company, you can't do anything else. This is the modern day. They can easily work with another movie company.
Telling you, the moment we find out what Avenger was approached by Warner Brothers, shit's gonna hit the fan. I said this the other day. Shit's gonna hit the fan.
I mean,
might be Hemsworth, maybe, or some. I don't know who they grabbed, but it might be somebody.
I'm thinking either Evans or Hemsworth. I'm putting my money on one of them too.
Well, supposedly Moffat is having Evans in the Jekyll adaptation movie. That he's working with them. He's doing the script actually. So, Now this other news pissed me off today. The the producer, or whoever from Star Trek 4, made a comment to the Star Trek fans. Losing Chris Pine and Chris Hemsworth is not a big deal.
Yeah, let's see what the ratings of your movie when it comes out, and we'll see you eat your words.
Yeah. Since when losing the captain of the Enterprise is not a big deal, Kirk? Yeah. Okay. This is the problem because, and I keep saying this, nobody wants to listen. J.J. Abrams is a fan of Spock, and he's the producer. He's the fucking executive producer. He's the one that makes sure the money's there, right? He's not making sure the money's there for Christopher Pine. He's not making an effort. He's making this shit worse. He should step in there and say, give him the damn money, and that's the end of it. Bless you.
Yeah.
But he's not doing that, and this movie's going to fall apart.
It is.
This is going to be the worst money making, and it's going to be J.J. Abrams' fault and everybody else's fault. It's ridiculous. Can't do that shit. This is disgusting. You can't. That's like give me another reason. Give me another example. That's like fucking having a Star Wars movie without, like, we have just shitty rebels, nobody famous, and big league actors for like the First Order, and you just have like nobody B actors, just nobody. And it's like you can't do shit like that though. You know, it's ridiculous, but it is what it is. All right, we're gonna get out of here. It's getting late, guys. So thank you guys very much. Have a good night. Take care. Bye for now.